Hi, for today's repair we have a LG TV. Model number is 47LW5600. Okay, we're going to plug in the TV. We're going to wait for the red light to turn on. You're going to push the power button and the red light is on. And we're just waiting for the logo. Okay, the light is white.
There is no backlight, no picture. Let me check some voltages to be sure that all the voltages needed for the TV to turn on is there. So we put the block of the multimeter in the ground in a metal screw hole on the TV. We put the multimeter in DC. So here we have 24 volt. We have 3.5 volt. And we have 12 volt. So the 24 volt is there. So the TV is on the on mode now. 3.5. It's here. 12 volt is there. So we have all the voltages from the power board. This means that one is good. So let's check in the main board coils. DC to DC converter. This coil here is a 3.2 volt. This coil here 1.2 volt. This coil here 5 volt. That should be like a USB and HDMI voltage. Another 5 volt here. Same thing. This one here is a 3.2 volt. This one here is a 0.9 volt. That's the processor voltage. 3.2 and 1.2. This is the RAM voltage. 3.2 is the controller voltages, and the processor is taking 3.2 as well. So here is 1.2 in this regulator. So it's look like there is all the voltages in the main board. The processor is getting warm. There is a fuse here. There is a fuse here. That's for the T-con 12 volt. Let's test it. We have 0 volt over there. So the TV turns on. The main board has all the voltages, but the main board is not sending the voltage to the T-con. This problem is linked to the bad processor. So we are going to reflow this processor and see if it's going to fix the problem. This is the board model number, is 47LW5600-UA. So let's go on the computer and check what the replacement board we have here. I'm going to check on eBay. So this board here has been reflowed before. I want to give the customer all the options. How much is the replacement board and how much to reflow it. So all these refurbished, this is a repaired board. You send your bad one and they're gonna reflow it and send you that one or something else. But you can reflow it by yourself. You can see that the process is not that complicated. So all this mainline for service. Okay. This board here, it said $200, but look, it's just a rebuild. It means you need to send them your board, and they're gonna give you a credit $60. And this board is being reflowed before. It means paying $200 for a board that's been reflowed before, I don't think is a good idea. Alright, this one here, it said is new. Is almost $200 with the shipping. So condition, it said new, never use it. So maybe is a used board. Definitely is a used board from a TV, but the point is that it's been reflowed before. Yeah, so the price is a little bit lower, because come on, you can buy the whole TV 4K for like $300 for the same size. So this is the only option that we have. We go with this board, $200 for the part, or we reflow the board that we have. So I'm gonna talk to the customer, give them the two options, and see what they pick. So the replacement board is came with a 30 days warranty from eBay. That's the only thing we can get. Plus the reflow board, kind of the same. What about if this board stop working after 30 days? You can't return it to eBay seller, because it's already past the 30 days. So yeah. So I'm gonna give all these options and explain to the customer what's going on with the TV and the board, and see what if they want to take the risk and reflow the board and save them some money. I don't know if you can see, no, we can see under it, but I already put a thermal pad under the processor to get the heat from the processor to the metal case. So I use these pads. They do have different shapes, different sizes. So just you get something, like even if you can put two, that's fine. Like this one is a little bit, need to be more thick. Yeah, I can cut this one square just to make it fit like tight under it, and you put it right under the processor. Yeah, to transfer the heat from the processor to the heat sink, so the processor doesn't get overheated. Yeah, just don't put very thick ones like to here, so the board can be deformed. That's a bad idea. So plug the TV to the power. Yeah, the board is cool. You can't test the board when it's very hot after reflow. You wait for it till it's cooled down. Push the power button. Yep, we got some backlight. Oh, that's good. Yep, we get the backlight. So let's test the check-on voltages. If the main board sends in the volt to the check-on, and with this and that fuse that I did show you, it's right here. Be sure to don't short. And we have the 12 volt. So now the main board is sending the signal, sending the voltage and the signal to the check-on to turn it on. So do we have anything on the screen? Yeah, I did say something. Okay, no signal. Before you reflow, you need to remove this metal heatsink, because it has this plastic locks. It may melt when you are reflowing. So to remove them is easy. Just squeeze them from the bottom, and it's gonna be popping up. So we put all this like this. It's good. Yeah, I did see this problem coming back with the reflowed board, but the board is very expensive. That TV that I'm using, I have it for about 2 years now, to reflow the board, and I am using it in the shop, and it still works with no problem. Yeah, this TV been on all night. Sometime I forgot to turn it off for a couple of days. You can see the white light over there, because it's been plugged to the fire stick. Yeah, the TV been on all night, and it still work. It's over 2 years now. This TV is the same series as this one, and this one too is the same, kind of exact the same like that one. This one I did reflow the board, but it didn't work. Why the TV is having the problem? Because some people, they said it's better like take the processor, reball it, put it back. The problem here is not in the balls under the processor, the connection between the processor and the board. No, the problem is inside the processor. The traces, the transistors inside the silicon chip, some of them, they get disconnected. So when you heat the processor, deformed the silicon chip on the processor, and that may cause to make a good connection between that component, like a transistor, to the trace inside the chip. It doesn't mean solder it. It means if the transistor like left one side like this, when you heat it, it may touch, and that time you're going to have the picture and the board is going to work. So the transistor, it will touch, but it's not going to be fused or soldered. So any more heat in the future, it may cause the transistor to disconnect it from the board or a trace or any component inside the silicon chip. So when you do reballing, and you think is the reballing fixed the problem, it's not. It's just the heat that you applied in the chip to desolder it or solder it. That's what is causing it to work. Because I did see these ones in the PS3s a while ago, 10 years ago or so, when I was reflowing and reballing the GPU in the PS3s. Even the reballing GPUs, they had some PS3s coming back for the same issue. Because you have a good chance at the first reflow, maybe 90-80% the board is going to work. The second time you reflow, it came to the 50% that board it will work. More reflow you put, more the board is come weaker and less chance to be repaired. So putting the TV together, turns on, plug the fire stick to it. So let's check the HDMI. We plug it to the HDMI number 1. Yeah, you check the HDMI, because sometimes when you fix the board, you may not have the signal to the HDMIs. Yes, HDMI 1. And here in the HDMI number 1. I don't have no signal to HDMI 1. So let's try the HDMI number 2. Yeah, this. Okay, this HDMI is no good. Look, when I plug it, try to listen. There is a sound coming from the board. So there is a sound coming from the board. That's not good. So let me plug it to the HDMI number 2. So let's go to the input. HDMI number 2. The HDMI number 2 works. Yep, there is a sound. So this is all for this video. Thank you for watching and see you again. So for the customer to don't use this HDMI, so I'm gonna put some hot glue here. Just like that. So they can be using this HDMI. All the other HDMIs, they work. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, they works. Yeah, this HDMI, it has a power to turn on and off the device that's connected to it. That's why it's giving that sound. And so it's better using the regular HDMI.